Hi, my name is Emma Smith, and today I will be presenting my capstone project for Leadership 4000. To get started here on the first slide, I'm going to talk a little bit about the foundation, why self-reflection matters, and leadership is about more than just assigning tasks or giving directions. It's also about understanding yourself and continuously growing. Self-reflection allows leaders to pause, think about their actions, and learn from their experiences. When leaders take time to reflect, they make more thoughtful decisions, stay genuine, and build stronger trust with their teams. Without that reflection, it's easy to slip into autopilot, reacting to situations instead of leading with purpose. By reflecting, we can see our patterns in our behavior, recognize emotional triggers, and find real opportunities for improvement. This slide here talks a little bit about my current job situation. I'm currently working at High Vibe Trail Rides, which is in Milford, Michigan, where I lead trail rides at the barn and take them out for about 2 hours. This job has challenged me in the most as a leader because I am responsible for the safety and experience of every rider and their horse. It's taught me how important confidence, clear communication, and trust really are. Safety always comes first, and I have to stay alert and make sure that both riders and horses are comfortable and secure. At the same time, I manage different types of groups and personalities, creating a positive and fun experience for everyone. A big part of my role is building trust, not only with the riders who may be nervous, but also with my team. Helping others feel confident helps me grow as a leader too. In class, we talked a little bit about 3.1, the Leader Self-Insight Leadership Questionnaire. And here I lean more towards being a people-oriented leader. One of my greatest strengths is connecting with others and forming genuine relationships. I really focus on understanding people's needs and creating a sense of teamwork. Relationship building is a big part of how I lead. I try to show empathy and actively listen, whether it's coworkers or riders. I also work to create an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to do work together. Finally, I put a lot of effort into building trust by offering consistent support and encouragement. When people know they can rely on you, it makes the whole team stronger. One area I am working on is my balancing and people-focused approach with task-oriented skills. Sometimes I avoid tough decisions to keep good relationships, but I'm learning that effective leaders can do both. The fast track to nowhere exercise also showed that I tend to take on too much. Balancing work, school, and personal life has taught me that value of setting priorities and boundaries. Recognizing these areas helped me grow into a more balanced and capable leader. According to my previous assignments, this is a little what my personality type looks like. This result has stayed consistent over time, showing that my core traits haven't changed much. As I am introverted, I reflect and value structure and planning. I tend to focus on the bigger picture and make decisions based on values and the needs of others. I've learned to step into extroverted roles when needed, like leading a trail ride at work, working my other jobs, or being leader on my golf team. From my personality dimension results, I scored high in being precise and agreeance, which reflect my reliability, accountability, and empathy as a leader. These traits mostly help me build trust and maintain strong relationships with my team and coworkers. One area I can improve in, like we talked about, is being more extroverted. I sometimes need to be more intentional about showing energy and enthusiasm in a group setting to help motivate others. This happens a lot on the golf team or when it's a busy day at work, and sometimes I feel like I should do a better job at cheering up others and making sure that we can get through a long day of work. As talked about in class, I tend to have an internal locus of control, which means I believe my actions can influence outcomes. This is a strength in leadership because it shows responsibility and resilience. I also lean towards analytical thinking, carefully weighing evidence before making decisions, and I feel that this helps me make informed choices, but I also work on staying open to creative and intrusive approaches when situations require flexibility. My emotional intelligence assessment showed that self-awareness and empathy are my core strengths, as we talked about. I understand my own emotions and how they affect others, and I'm able to connect with team members and respond to their needs efficiently. One area I'm still working on in this section is emotional regulation. This is managing my emotions in high pressure situations and being less hard on myself. Improving this will help me stay calm and effective in all leadership scenarios. For example, a lot of times at work, we have very stressful situations where people fall off of horses, or things get a little bit chaotic. And sometimes I have a hard time not blaming myself or not being able to take complete control over things, so it's really important that I improve on that. The Servant Leadership Orientation Assessment confirmed that I naturally focus on empowering and serving others. I'm drawn to teamwork, mentoring, and giving people opportunities to succeed. I try to create environments where everyone can contribute and lead through service rather than control. At the same time, I am learning to balance this approach with assertiveness when situations call for it. So in this slide here, I talk about my professional goals. As you can see, my current position, I am working 3 jobs right now. I am going to school full-time, and I'm also on the women's golf team. So it's a lot going on. But after graduation, I hope to enroll and successfully complete training at the police academy. I put that within the 3 to 5 year mark just to make sure that I'm settled down and everything like that. And in my long-term vision, I want to completely be a police officer, serving my community and making sure that I am upholding the law with integrity, and ensuring public safety. Here, I'm going to be talking about my communication excellence, the key leadership skills. From class, we talked about the insights 9.1 through 9.3, and the effective leadership relies on strong communication. I mostly build trust through networking with riders, coworkers, and even horses. Active listening helps me understand concerns and adjust the experience for everyone. And being honest and clear about expectations and safety builds confidence and understanding within the group. Lots of times we'll have riders come out who have never ridden before, and they're always looking for a good time, but it's mostly important that I am having strong confidence in myself, that I can give a safety speech and make sure that everyone knows exactly what to do if anything goes wrong. A lot of times people will tend to freak out when things go wrong, and it is just not good. So it's always good that I stay strong to my values and I really talk through the safety speech to make sure everyone's safe. This slide talks about teamwork and conflict management. I do thrive in group settings, as we talked about. At High Vibe, I work closely with other guides to organize rides, prepare horses, and manage large groups. Sharing ideas and valuing others' input helps everything run smoothly. When conflicts do arise, like anxious riders or disagreements, I stay calm, understand their perspective, and guide them towards solutions. Handling conflict strengthens the team and keeps the ride enjoyable for everyone. This slide talks a little bit more about value-based leadership. In class, we worked on this from our self-insight 11.1 to 11.3. My values guide every decision that I make as a leader. I balance customer enjoyment with horse and rider safety, always prioritizing safety, even when someone wants to go faster. This does tend to happen a lot on our rides, and we have a whole mix of new riders to experienced riders. And it tends to go as one horse goes faster, they all follow, and that is just not a good scenario. I stay aware of unconscious biases, assessing each rider individually without assumptions based on age, gender, or appearance. This helps promote inclusion and fairness. Finally, my social values are accountability and care. I shape a positive environment for both riders and staff. In this slide, we are going to talk about my leadership style, which is transformational approach. Here I have a couple bullets of kind of my examples that we talked about previously. So leading by example and demonstrating values, sharing passion and vision with team members, encouraging creativity and problem solving, and providing personalized support and attention. Here we talk about leadership orientation, balancing task and relationship. So here I focus on both relationships and tasks. I listen to individuals' concerns and ensure comfort while keeping goals in mind, making rides safe and enjoyable for everyone. My low MAC score shows value, honesty, and collaboration over manipulation, which helps build trust and strong connections. Effective leaders adapt to the situation, and while I lean towards relationships, I work to balance both aspects in my leadership. Here is my personal vision as a leader. So, my personal goal is to provide people with meaningful experiences that encourage self assurance, development, and connection. I view each trail ride at High Vibe as an opportunity to help individuals connect with nature, conquer their concerns, and find peace and confidence. It's more than simply a leisure activity. So I want to make sure that I'm creating meaningful experiences by interaction and building confidence. We have a lot of riders that come out that have never rode before. So it's very important to give them a good first experience and make sure that this is something that maybe they'll find enjoyable for the future. Leading through change, adaptability, and creativity. We talked a lot about this in assignments 15.1 to 15.3. I'm trying to be open to new ideas. I do tend to hesitate when changes feel rushed or unclear. I've learned that involving others, showing empathy, and explaining reasons help reduce resistance. As a change leader, I focus on confidence, clear vision, and collaboration to guide others through change rather than just enforcing it. I also bring creativity to problem solving, like suggesting themed trail ride activities and social media campaigns that attracted more guests during slow periods. Here's my action plan. Real quick, I'm just going to go over it. I have steps 1 through 5. So I have developing constructive assertiveness, developing coaching skills, enhancing stress management, developing strategic thinking, and continuous learning. So here on my last slide, I just want to go over my leadership philosophy, which is really the whole sum of my presentation today. So my leadership is the capacity to motivate, empower, and inspire others to strive toward a common goal, while also encouraging development and teamwork. And I feel that I discovered a successful leader must strike a balance between vision and action. So here I have 5 steps of kind of my philosophy and what I wanted to really focus on more, and making sure that I'm covering that. And I hope you guys all enjoyed my presentation today, and I can't wait to watch all of yours.